Oprah Winfrey has crafted a persona bent on uncovering the truth and uplifting her viewers, but not everyone she encounters has a stellar story to tell. One past celebrity fan has even accused the talk show host of stealing acting roles from right under her feet. We'll get into all this and more today in Celebrity Lives Destroyed by Oprah Winfrey, so stick around. Earlier this year, while on a comedy tour, Monique reiterated in a colorful rant how she feels about Oprah Winfrey. But how do these two women know each other? Well, both Oprah and Monique worked on the Oscar-winning film Precious. Monique was an actress in the film and Oprah an executive producer, specifically assisting with the promotional aspects of the film. It wasn't a bad relationship from the get-go. Monique was actually a big Oprah fan, but then something major happened between the two that totally flipped Monique's point of view on the host. That something was apparently a disagreement regarding promotional appearances for the movie. Again, that was Oprah's department, so yeah, she would be in direct opposition to Monique. The Daily Mail reported that Monique refused to promote the movie for free, which led to tension. Now the situation just kicked off their alleged feud. Oprah's actions about a year later certainly didn't help them heal that relationship. Some would say it cemented a lifelong feud. Oprah invited Monique's estranged brother onto the show. Her brother had done some pretty terrible things to Monique as a child. Yeah, this Oprah appearance wasn't received well. Piling on top of that, Oprah also invited Monique's mother, father, and other brother too without her knowledge. It was a bit of a mess, unfortunately. Speaking on it, Monique said, "You betrayed me, sister. Family is sacred and we don't cross the line with family." Oprah is known for not shying away from tough topics, but many agree that this did seriously cross a line. And then on top of everything already mentioned, according to an article published by the Daily Mail, Monique claims that after everything went down, 2 film roles she had were stolen by Oprah. Robin McGraw is Dr. Phil's wife, and back in 2007 she had some interesting comments about Oprah and Dr. Phil's relationship. Dr. Phil actually got his start thanks to Oprah. She had him on her show and helped create his show. The two were close friends but got even closer after the scandal involving Oprah's Leadership Academy broke. Oprah built a school that was supposed to uplift girls in the community, but a scandal tarnished its legacy. The dorm matron was accused of acting inappropriately towards some of the students, among other things, and the whole situation allegedly deeply affected Oprah. Women's Day reported that it affected the talk show host so much that she started to seek out support from friends, including from Dr. Phil. Apparently, she was calling Dr. Phil a lot, to the point where the article referred to Winfrey as the other woman in Dr. Phil and his wife Robin's marriage. Allegedly, Mrs. McGraw had told friends that it seems like when Phil isn't working, he's on the phone to her. Vanzant was a regular on Oprah's show, but when she was offered her own talk show hosting opportunity, Oprah's production company, Harpo, stopped it during negotiations. Vanzant is known as a spiritual mentor, something right up Oprah's alley. Oprah often brought on people like her, those that wanted to help people work through things. She launched the careers of those like Dr. Phil and would have launched Vanzant as well if her production company didn't stand in the way. Originally, Vanzant was offered a hosting opportunity by Harpo. Well, it was more like, do you want to do a show now or to wait? And Vanzant chose to wait. But then she got offers from other parties, including Barbara Walters, an ABC journalist and producer. So she went back to Harpo and asked if she could actually do her show now because she had gotten so many other offers. The company allegedly didn't take this very well. Vanzant claimed in a later interview that they took this as her trying to leverage something and that they were, in her words, insulted and offered the invitation to not come back. It's hard to imagine that Tom Cruise's career was ever ruined by anybody. This man is on top of the world right now, and I do mean that literally. Have you seen the stunts he does in the Mission Impossible movies? Mr. Cruise has engaged in many impressive stunts over his career that have shocked audiences, but the same can also be said for some of his talk show appearances. Like that of the 2005 appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show, in which he leapt up on the couch and professed his love for his new then-girlfriend Katie Holmes. This moment of the actor's career is almost as famous as any movie he's been in. It was just so wild. Usually, celebrities aren't doing all that on talk shows, at least. After this moment, the public was divided. A small group thought Cruise's lovey-dovey actions were cute. The other, much larger group thought he was weird or on something or needed to get a grip. Others were accusing the actor of only acting this way because he and Holmes both had movies coming out soon, which there is actually a funny celebrity web connection here, just for fun. Katie Holmes' movie that would have been released at that time was Batman Begins, in which she acts opposite Christian Bale's Batman. Christian Bale famously starred as Patrick Bateman in American Psycho, a role that he apparently based off another Tom Cruise interview. This interview was his appearance on the David Letterman show. The director of American Psycho, Mary Harron, later recalled a phone call she got from Bale, in which he allegedly said that he had finally found his Bateman inspiration after watching that interview because Cruise had this very intense friendliness with nothing behind the eyes. I'm going to be honest, I do think about that quote all the time and it does make me laugh a little. But since it is, almost 2 decades after the Oprah interview, people who either weren't alive or were very, very young at the time of the Oprah couch incident are asking just how big of a deal this moment was, because since then, celebrities have done weirder things. Reddit users shared their first-hand accounts of the media storm, saying it was a huge moment, talked about around the world, and for a while, Cruise was labeled as a crazy person and completely insane. It also came fresh off the heels of a series of other charged interviews and PR rebranding, so yeah, not exactly a setup for success. Now listen, I love the Mission Impossible movies, but even I can admit that the couch incident, it's a little strange. Cute, but strange. The moment was so internationally famous, the Scary Movie franchise did a parody of it for their 4th installment. Cruise's career took a hit for a while after the Oprah appearance, but you can't dull a shining star for long, and after a series of successful performances and wild stunts, Cruise gained back the public's favor. James Frey was once known as the successful writer of A Million Little Pieces, but that success turned sour when it was revealed that he actually lied about many of the events he wrote about. The book was supposed to be an account of the author's life. It was a book about his journey to recovery from a substance reliance. This is something that many people can relate to. Oprah herself has admitted to once using a substance and disliking it. So when she recommended James's book on her show, she meant it, and like anything featured on Oprah's show, the book took off and became a real bestseller. However, people started noticing holes in the story, and it got to the point where author James Frey was invited back onto the show to share why he wasn't entirely truthful with his book that was supposed to be the real account of his life story. Oprah got on the author's case about switching details around or making things up for shock value. She opened the interview with, "I have to say it is difficult for me to talk to you because I feel really duped, but more importantly, I feel like you betrayed millions of readers." A harsh statement, but herself and many who read his book certainly felt that way. The author claimed that he changed major details about people and events to render them unidentifiable. However, Oprah believed that he was simply just lying. She said the situation was embarrassing and disappointing for her. The conversation got a bit heated to the point where today Oprah has said that she slightly regrets how she handled it all, but not what she said. James Frey apparently ended up switching genres entirely in the end. His days of writing the gritty realism of A Million Little Pieces are over, and he has instead moved to YA fiction, writing under the name Pittacus Lore.